Hey, good morning. This is Dawn Shireen, and this is my podcast, The Delusion is Vast. I'd like to welcome all of y'all to the show here, and I hope you're all doing well. Um, I took about a week off because I didn't want to add any more of my negativity to anybody else's lives, and things are super negative last week. And I'm going to briefly go over it and just let you guys know where we stand on all the lawsuits and stuff that are going on. I just want to say that last week was a reality check that I probably needed because I wouldn't have gotten it if I hadn't have needed it. But I didn't really need it. Okay. First of all, let me just say I'm well. I'm well considering, right? But I'm better than a lot of people, and as long as I got breath in my lungs every day and I wake up, it's another fighting chance to do better. So. In that case, I'm doing exceptional. Uh, the stalking shit's still going on. It's worsening, but I actually decided last week after trying to get a hold of my case manager and requesting that she and her manager show up so they could catch something happening in the act, that they decided not to. So that point is when I realized that they were as much a part of it as the stalker and the landlord. So I'm not working with them anymore either. I mean, yeah, I'm stuck here. I'll pay my rent. I'm not going to do anything to legally get myself caught up here. I'm not going to do any criminal activity. I'm not stupid. But am I going to willfully and willingly do anything to help anybody with anything here? Oh, fuck no. No. Absolutely not. I'm just not. I'm just not participating one way or the other. I am my own team. I am my own franchise. I'm not playing for any sides right now. They can all fuck off as far as I'm concerned. And my biggest thing right now is to make it till April and then get the fuck out of here. And so that's what my plan is. I spent a whopping amount of money in order to try to safe up this trailer, which is, safe trailer is another one of those like things that just really don't go together, because there's no such thing as a safe trailer. There's always an access point. There's always a weak spot. There's always something. But seeing that, I lived in the house of tarps in Lakeside and basically learned how to rebuild a trailer from the inside with tarps. I have a pretty good up on this. So, and there's actually walls here, so it's much better than the Lakeside. So last week, and then so I called them that day and they didn't show up, and then they try to schedule another day, right? Because, scheduling things to come to see how, okay, so this is what she says to me. So she goes, so Joe and I would like to show up at blah, 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 such and such a time so that we can see it from your perspective. What? How the fuck are you going to see it from my perspective when you're pulling up in a truck? First of all, I get no visitors because I'm not allowed to have visitors. I'm not allowed to have friends. I can't have anybody over. I can have no overnight guests, all that. So, and had things been a tiny bit different when I came into this, that would have been a no right there, because that, again, is just another form of manipulation and control. But I mean, that doesn't even go into where now, like, my case manager told me that, because the electric is high here, right? And because that's my fault, because I have Christmas decorations. Well, it's not Christmas yet. I have Halloween decorations up and everything, right? That I can only use minimal power and minimal water. What does that mean? So I'm using none. I mean, I make coffee, turn everything off, maybe take a shower, turn everything off. Like, so, I mean, not only am I being punished, I'm being terrorized. And now I also, though I'm paying for it, I can't use the water or the power. Okay, sure. Whatever. But so she wants to come here and see things from my perspective. Pulling up in a truck, a white truck that says Catholic Charities right on the side of it. And sure, everybody's going to act like they normally act when they see an authority figure walk onto the property, right? No, that's not happening. So I just basically have just said fuck it to all of them. I laughed so hard and then I didn't, because it was just like, is this really where we're at right now? That nobody cares that much, right? That's okay. That's okay. So I've fixed everything from the inside that I knew if they walked around that they would see that the windows are being unscrewed from the outside, that they would see that the wood on the back of the trailer, which is a huge access point, has been unscrewed, even though I screwed it down. But, because I did that, the stalker got to come and take everything apart that I did to protect myself. So they took that apart. But God forbid that they, actually walk up the fucking 5 minutes it would take to come from Catholic Charities Flagstaff to where I live, to be able to surprise people and not just arrive and be like, oh, hey, there's a big white truck. Everybody act like everything is not like it is. Okay. Well, that's good. So that happened, and I'm just like, I don't fucking care. She come and inspect me once a month, bitch. Whatever you fucking want to do. I'm not telling you fucking jack shit about nothing I'm doing. You can fucking suck dick, and she probably does actually. But, and I don't fucking care. I don't care. I'm done. So then I decide that, because there's this ADA, right? Americans with Disabilities Act, of which I am one, and I decided to go to Southwest Behavioral in Flagstaff and get an ADA letter so that at least I can have that covered when I have to go to the judge and explain to them. And this is the other thing that started it all with Catholic Charities. When I said to her, well, I need a letter explaining to me for the judge why I have to get an order of protection first against the other tenant in order for my landlord to give me notice that people are going to be around the yard. And that is when she was like, I can't do that. So I caught her in a fucking lie too, or I didn't, in that there's no reasonable way that she can back out of that because I have the text, right? Anyway. So then I decide that, maybe I should go see my doctor, maybe get an ADA letter so I can bring that to the judge at least and say, dude, I'm doing all my due diligence. I am trying every avenue in order to work this out without having to come to the court and waste your time and all this shit. And my doctor tries to put me on Latuda, which is basically an antipsychotic drug. And I'm like, okay, right. So she doesn't believe me either. Okay, well, okay, good. No, not taking that drug. No, I'm not going to commit suicide on a drug where it says right on the black box warning that this can cause suicidality when I already have suicidal ideations in my fucking record. Why in the hell would I take a drug that's going to aid that? Okay? No. And then it's supposed to be for anxiety. And then all the side effects are that it increases your anxiety, gives you tremors, possible seizures, all kinds of good stuff that I really don't need added to what I've got going on now. So that's a big no, too. So those two people just fucking failed me so hard. They're supposed to be part of my support system, right? Supposed to be on my side. And now I know that they're working against me with these two. Well, at least I know where I stand, right? At least I know where I stand. But, what I have learned out of it is that my faith is everything to me right now because I don't got anything else. I have people on Facebook, but I don't have anybody here in Flagstaff that I can call. Obviously not that I can call and be like, will you help me? Because no, they won't help me. They'll help the opposition side. They'll work with my enemies. And that's not how I'm doing it anymore. So I have contingency plans. I know how I'm going to have to work stuff until April. I don't trust a soul right now. Not anybody. Nobody. Not one person. I had one thing happen yesterday that really could have gone way sideways, and somebody actually did do the right thing yesterday. So not all people are evil, but I still was wondering if that was part of a trick too. Although I was very grateful for what did happen, and I'm not going to say because I'm not going to give the ops any props, but it could have fucked up my life big time, and somebody did actually do the right thing yesterday, so I am grateful for that, and I ask God to bless that specific person, but not the family that they're associated with, because their family is against me. But anyway, so just like that. Other than that, it's going to be 21 degrees tomorrow in Flagstaff, Arizona in the morning. I can't believe we're back already to this. Like, where did this winter go? This winter, where did this summer go? I mean, I was inside all summer. I couldn't be outside because I was being stalked. So that's where my summer went. I'm hoping that when it gets colder, that this will slow down a little bit, that they'll find a little less enjoyment in, trying to harass me while they're freezing. But who knows anymore? I don't know. And I mean, to say I don't care is kind of a lie. I mean, I don't care about them. I care about my life. I care about sustaining my life, and I care about, making it out of this so that I can get the fuck out of Arizona and start again and maybe live the last third of my life without this shit going on anymore, because I am so tired of having to be hyper vigilant, having to do everything to save my life while everybody else is on the other side tearing everything apart that I'm trying to do to fix my life. It's just not working anymore for me. It really isn't. So yeah, I might sound down. I don't know that I'm necessarily down. I'm just tired, man. I'm tired of the fight, I mean, yeah, I had a couple months of, and I'm going to think that I was just absolutely ignorant during this period of time where I thought that everything was okay, because now I'm thinking it probably wasn't okay, and that they were still working underneath the scene, doing stuff, like taking screws out of my windows or unratcheting shit so they can fuck with the water, or doing whatever the fuck it is that they're up to. But seeing that I can't go outside, that's malicious mischief on somebody else. And, if anybody ever decided to walk around the house and actually look at it and see all the shit that's going on, then maybe they would see that I'm not a fucking lunatic. But at this point, I could give a fuck what they think about me. For real. I know I have real good people out there, okay? And I know that almost all y'all listening to this show are real good people, and, you just gotta persevere. And I mean, it's not as easy as it sounds, right? I know that. But you just can't give up, man. You can't let the ops take you. You just can't. Your purpose is so much bigger than that. And I mean, I'm just looking at this as another test. I mean, this is just another thing I gotta pass to get on to the next thing. And now, I mean, I thought this was like summer school to begin with, and it got a little dicey, right? So it's like I'm being retrained for something else coming up. I don't know what it is. I don't know what my next mission is. I don't know what the next thing is that I'm going to get thrown into. I mean, this was Perp Watch for Flagstaff. I got a lot, but is this going to be what I have to do the whole remainder of my life, is just fucking out perpetrators and sexual predators? I mean, I don't remember signing up for this, actually. I'll do it, but I don't remember signing up for it. So anyway, I don't really know what else to say to y'all. I want to give you guys some kind of hope, right? I mean, it does get better, right? There's always a calm before the storm, right? And then there's always a calm before becalmed, in which nothing moves at all. And I kind of feel like that's where we're going to. I'm kind of in the calm before becalm. And that's actually kind of a scary place to be, because when you're becalmed, you're just stuck, man. And I'm not saying I'm becalmed, but this whole situation is going to be becalmed. And the fact that I'm aware of it gives me leadway, but it's not good. It's just as bad as being in a storm, being becalmed. So I don't know. I don't know what to say to y'all. I'm alive. It's Monday. Apparently my therapy's been canceled for tomorrow because I've gotten no notice, which I'm glad, because I don't think I'm ever going back to Southwest Behavioral in Flagstaff, the home of the predator driver, which is part of what is going on with this stalker dude, because that was his peer support guy, no doubt about it. So there's animosity there too, that he doesn't have his yay rah rah go hurt people cheerleader guy driving him around anymore. So whatever, it is what it is, right? I'm alive. It's Monday. We can all do better. And I just want to give prayers out to everybody who has it worse than me, which is probably like a lot of you, I'm just uncomfortable. This is a fucking shit situation to be stuck in, and to know that you have nobody around you. But do I have my facilities? I have money. I have options. I have choices. I can do things. I'm not a true prisoner here. It feels like it sometimes. It really, really does. But I'm fucking nobody's prisoner. And you know what the one thing is that nobody can ever take away from you? Your mind. As long as you don't let them in, they can't take it away from you. So just remember that your mind is your strongest power that you have. You can power through anything with your mind, okay? You can get yourself out of all kinds of shit with your mind, that even with tools that you possibly can't get yourself out of. So just remember that, okay? In the depths of whatever is going on, you always have your mind, and it is a powerful weapon, okay? Remember it. Just remember it, and don't ever let the fear take over, because the minute you do that, then they've kind of got you on the backside, all right? I love y'all. I really do. Thanks for listening. I'm just trying to let y'all guys know where it's at right now without saying too much. There's stuff going on that I'm not privy to talk about at this time. So, but just know that things are still progressing. It's not awesome, but it's not as bad. Okay, if that makes any sense at all. Yeah, that's all I got to say. It's going to be a short one. I just want to let y'all know that, we're still alive and kicking, and ain't nobody taking us down, okay? Love y'all. And this is Dawn Shireen. Thanks for listening to The Delusion is Vast. And hey, let's all stay alive, okay? Later.